Welcome back to FS25 here on Riverbend Springs. Just finishing up the grass fields, picking up the last of the bales, or actually the first of the bales. Our contract, the harvesting contract, is going pretty well. We haven't lost too much money so far on the wage payment. It's dropped off once. I think we should hopefully be able to drop off just one more time. It should be finishing up pretty soon. So yeah, and then like I mentioned in the last episode, hopefully that'll be enough to get this next field and then get working on it, get some grass planted, and start making some more money from the silage. We are using quite a bit of silage to feed the cows, which is definitely obviously important. So having that extra field would definitely help out with our silage profits. Since we, we're just be making more silage at that point, of course. And let's drop these in. Probably won't have another full trailer full. I think we're getting somewhere around like 32 bales per cut. Making grass out of those the middle parts that I plowed in probably isn't going to be really substantial when it comes to how many more bales we get. Like, I'd be surprised if it was even one more bale, because it wasn't that much area. But like I said, it's just a lot easier to cut with one large field rather than the 3 smaller fields. So yeah, it looks like 34 bales is what we got on this cut. Not too bad. Actually, I'm going to leave these not on the trailer because I want to check there, as I turn to silage. Just put them right next to it and leave that there. Because I want to use that to feed the cows as they need feed. And let me double check that real quick. So, cow barn, 30,000 food, that's okay. The pasture, oh yeah, the pasture's good. I think I have 2 bales sitting there, actually. I think I did that at the beginning of the... Oh no, I did have 2 bales sitting there. They must have got eaten. But that should be good for now. It doesn't really hold that much, the small pasture, which is a little unfortunate. Where am I driving? Why did I drop that? I meant to bring it over here, and I let go of it. Mine's going everywhere. Getting what I'm doing. Picked it up to get it out of the way, and then dropped it again. Alright. Let's get this out of the way. But yeah, it'll be nice when I can get rid of that and get some sheep instead. I'll probably put the sheep there to begin with. Keep as much of the field for as long as I can as possible. Again, just to keep that silage coming in. And obviously, once we get the sheep or goats, I haven't decided which one I'm starting with yet. But once I get them, I'll just be feeding them grass. So that'll be a little bit better on the silage too. I don't have to wait. I don't have to waste the silage, or don't have to wait for it to turn either. I could just give them grass bales. So let's go ahead and park this up here. That's it for our work here on the farm. Actually, no, I need to check to see if they need it. Turn off the rolling. Yeah, they need some fertilizer. And it's right there. So I'll go ahead and let the white tractor do it. might need to go purchase a little fertilizer actually, which is a little unfortunate because we might be getting close to I don't know, it'll make the price really close. Let me go ahead and start a worker because they'll do it a little more efficiently. And I need to pick this up anyways. Hopefully we can pick the rest of this field in this trailer. So I only have to make one more trip. And actually, I want him to continue moving, so let's just go ahead forward and get him moving and pick up while he's moving. Yeah, if we can get like 4 or 5 grand, ideally, from the extra corn, that would be, I think that would be enough. You know, enough of a buffer to make sure that we get the field and still have a little bit of money left over. Yeah, we're only 42% full. I think we should fit the rest of this. How's our fertilizer doing? Okay, we're doing pretty good. Still got 400. I mean, if I need some, I'll just buy just one bag for now. Just as little as we need, because we won't need more than one bag. All right, let me go ahead and save a little money. I will do this on my own, speed it up a little bit too. That way we have less workers going. Quite a big field of corn here. I mean, the amount, they're getting like over 100,000 liters of corn off this field. That's pretty good. Definitely need big equipment for it though, because it would take a while to harvest with a small harvester. Sorry about that quick interruption. I got a call that I had to take, which is ironic because I said I was gonna jump in and make this a little faster doing it myself, but if I let the worker do it, it probably would have been faster. But it's right. Save a little bit of money, me doing it rather than the worker. Let me check on. Yep, I figured he was done. Ooh, barely 52 liters left. Nice. I will probably have to buy some fertilizer for the new field if I end up getting it. So I'm going to keep this attached. And actually, I might as well have it driven down. I might as well drive it down to the shop. I don't have a worker do that. Let's just have him go right here. So that way, I mean, I'll probably only need one bag. But I won't buy it until I get the field. Just worst comes to worst, the first cut won't be fully fertilized. That's really not the end of the world. I know we'll get there. And plus, I guess I didn't think of this. Once I get everything planted, you know, we have to wait until next year anyways, so we'll probably have some silage to sell by then, and should have a little bit more money to buy some fertilizer. So I think it'll all work out. The only annoying thing will be if we don't have money left over, I'll have to do a lot of the work myself, rather than letting the workers do it. But, you know, that'll be all right. We'll do what we need to. Yeah, we should be able to fit. I'm confident we should be able to fit the rest of this field in the one more trip. Because it doesn't seem to be going up too crazy. It's really weird. Whenever you do have any of the machines like the green beans or even the vegetable harvesters, when they're doing the edges, they like to cut like around. They, as in the AI, they like to cut like a round side out of the edges to make them turn around a little bit better, which I guess is, you know, probably realistic, so you're not driving on crops for crop destruction and all that. But it just seems like it takes so much longer because they just, every time they try to turn a corner, they have to cut an edge, and they don't just do it once, they do it like every single time. So I haven't quite figured out how to make them do that a little bit more efficiently. I mean, I won't be doing veggies or anything like that on this save. I will on my pigs. But yeah, I'll have to try to figure it out for them when I get to that point, because it really just takes quite a long time. I mean, you do need a separate harvester for green beans, peas, and spinach. And then also the root crop harvesters as well. So I guess if they're all going at the same time, it should be okay. I can kind of just, you know, swing by and pick all of them up. I'm not sure if they're harvestable at the same time, actually. So let's see, we got green beans. Oh, anywhere from August to November. Peas is the same. Spinach is pretty long because it's you do it twice. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting. So if you plant in March, does that mean you get spinach like 3 months later in June? That's pretty good. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, I grow spinach. It grows pretty quick. Like, you don't, 3 months is a long time actually for it. You know, it must be like fully mature at that point. But yeah, I guess that makes sense for that. I guess even with that in mind, and I've grown peas before March to July. Yeah, I guess that's all right. Makes sense. And then where's the green beans? Yep, green beans, that makes sense too. And it's just interesting to see, you know, that type of stuff that I grow in real life. And, you know, it's a little bit different in a farming, you know, in a farming game, or even in real life in the farming community, because they grow much higher amounts than, of course, than I would grow. And, you know, I pick my green beans as they grow, and, you know, multiple times a year, where they probably just run through one time and get them all at one time with the big equipment. But it's just fun to see some of the similarities between stuff like that. All right, looks like hopefully 2 passes and I'll be done with this. I'll be done with this contract, get some good money for it, buy our field, and on our way. I'm excited for it. Oh, it might be 3. I don't know if we're gonna fit everything. Actually, let me unload. so I'm not going to be able to finish in the capacity of the harvester left. This will give me a good idea if we can fit everything too. See how much this fills up. I think this holds like 52,000, something like that. I think that's what this trailer holds. Trailer like this would actually be pretty good on my pigs run. I can pick up 3 different types of crop at the same time. I've never actually done that with this trailer. I've always just, you know, used it for, I mean, I've only ever had it in contracts, to be honest. But I've only ever used it for like one thing. I saw this. Let me get this guy out of the way because he's sitting in the middle of the road. All right, that's good. Finish up the corn. So I'm glad for the longest time I was talking about going away from contracts. I am glad I brought them back. I'm gonna try not to go too crazy with them, and times like this where I'm just done with my work and finishing a contract are not ideal. I'd rather contracts be going kind of in the background. But I'm not gonna completely cut them out just yet. I got away from it for a little while, and I was happy with that. So I think we can bring them back for a little bit, a little extra cash, move the farm along a little bit more, and the long-term goal is still to make cakes, and obviously we have a lot of things that need to happen before we get there. The sidestepping of having to do meat cows over dairy cows was a little unfortunate, but we're making it work. We're still going to be making some pretty good money from it. Beef cows are not something I've done in the past in this game. So and from that aspect, it's a little interesting and different. But yeah, it'll all work out in the end to come get last little bits. They are fitting most of it in. Yeah, so we have to get, obviously the new field. We got to get some more animals, switch the cows over to dairy cows, by building the new pens, which will cost quite a bit of money. We have to get some equipment for harvesting grains so we can make flour, and then also get some straw for the cows, which will be important. We might get into selling off the manure. We'll probably just sell off the manure and the slurry. I won't really worry too much about, or no, actually I could probably use that since we're not in precision farming, it makes it a little bit easier. I can definitely use the manure and the slurry to fertilize the field. So yeah, that'll be important to get. It'll be worth getting the straw for. And then obviously at some point I need to put down something for strawberries, the greenhouse for strawberries, and obviously the milk will come with the cows, and then pretty much from there I think that's about it. Oh, and we need the grain for feeding chickens eventually too, because I need to get chickens for eggs. And then obviously buying the bakery and making cakes. I might end up making some, depending on how the events fall and everything. I might make some bread too, just while we have the bakery, and I'll probably get to the point where I can make bread much earlier on than the cakes anyway, so we might as well use the extra flour up to make some money for that. get as close to the cakes. But yeah, once we get everything going, I think I will probably set like a money amount, maybe $2 million or something like that. That way we, you know, we play a few seasons of everything, selling everything off, making cakes, selling off the cakes. Because I don't want to just be like, oh, look, yeah, I made a cake. Okay, series over. I'll probably set some sort of monetary amount that we want to get to while having the cakes and everything else that we want in the series. And, you know, kind of finish it that way when we get to that amount of money. Yeah, so that's the plan for the whole series. Obviously, we have a long way to go, but I am pretty excited. Yeah, you're trying to pass me. I'm actually moving fast. Slow down so I can turn. But yeah, I'm happy with where we are. I think we are moving along pretty well. I mean, this is only episode 19, 20, somewhere around there. I forget where I'm at. Might be episode 20 or 21. But yeah, I think we're moving along pretty good. All right. Moment of truth. See how much extra we get. So the first will... It'd be nice if the first batch finishes the contract. Doesn't look like it, though. It's going up pretty slow. 94, 95. %71 transported. Okay. And moment of truth. Come on. Finish, finish, finish. There we go. We're making money now. How much are we getting? Okay. 3,400. So not as much as I wanted, but I think that should be good. 11,000 from this. Look at that. 163. So like about 6,000 to... Oh yeah, this is awesome. Okay. I want to go to... Let's buy it right away. Farmland. Oh, let's visit it. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. It's got all this wheat growing that I'm just going to plow right into. But yeah, let's go ahead and buy another 6.47 acres. Yeah, so if you look at these, you know, our highest two, well, even if you take this one and this one, it's pretty much the amount of land we're buying. So yeah, that's pretty good. Purchase. Pretty much 157 even. Yeah, so this is now ours. Our next new field. So let me just double check what needs done. Well, the weeds will go away. Let's turn that off. Let's turn the fertilizing off. Okay, so it doesn't need lime. That's good. It does need plowing. And it will definitely need fertilize. So, I think this is probably a good time to stop. But I'll kind of show you the setup. So I want to get... It's in the back. Oh yeah, I was going to buy some fertilizer. Let me buy... It's up here somewhere. Buy one bag. So it brings us down to 4,500-ish. That should be enough to... Oh, jeez. Should be enough to allow for some worker fees. And hopefully that's enough fertilizer. Should be enough fertilizer. If my fields only use like 500 liters, and that's for 3 of them, that's for what, like 10-ish acres. And this is only 4 point something acres. This should be enough. So what I'm going to do in between episodes, I'm going to hook the plow up to the big tractor, the yellow tractor. Actually, I just tried this myself. And then and have him go in first. And then hook the planter up to, or not the planter, the seeder, technically, up to this tractor. Because the seeder, I think the seeder requires less horsepower. Let me actually double check that. Vehicles. So that's 150. Gotta get out of there so I can make sure I can turn. Planter, seeder. 140. Yeah, so I'll give the seeder to this tractor since it's a little weaker. And then hook the plow up to the other. We're only gonna have to plow the once because it needs plowing. So that'll be just a one-time thing, which I think we had to do for all these fields as well. And then I'll make sure to also get the field rolled since I have the roller already. This off. Nope. Clicking buttons too quick. Yeah, so then I'll get them rolled and we'll be good to go. So I'll probably get pretty far along in the next episode or two, or sorry, in between episodes, and then bring you back when we're probably in the rolling stage, and then we can skip ahead to the next months and continue on from there. So, I mean, the workflow is pretty much the same as we have been doing, you know, checking the cows, making sure they're fed, and, you know, selling silage, selling off cows when they come in to get the age. 36 months, I think, is what I'm going for, so get this guy started on here. Then get going behind him with this. Yeah, the only difference is we're just going to have more fields to do. Two fields now that this is one big field. So yeah, like I said, we'll get some of this work done in between episodes. But thanks for watching, and I hope you join me again next time. Have a good one.